This young man over here walks around every single day looking for an alternative for himself. Our kids look up to gangsters. Our kids look up to all the wrong activities that is happening within our communities, and that we cannot blame them for.
Gangsters, the camper is growing bigger and bigger and bigger because there's more children that is not getting access to schools. There's so a lot of youths in our communities here that is turned to gangsterism. Ek kan op my vingers tel, amper 30, 40 in die community gangsters geraak. Why? As hy selfe laities wat die plek gekry het in die skole toe. Our children are dying on the Cape Flats 3,500 per year.
Since the advent of democracy, we have sacrificed 100,000 of our sons. The prison system is full of our boys. You send him to jail. He's a drug addict. He needs help. You get in jail. He gets brutalized. He gets assaulted. He gets sodomized. 6 months later, you release him back into Mitchell's Plain. What do you think he's become? Normal. He's a fucking rapist now. He's a murderer now. There's a reason we don't have rehabilitation centers in our communities. They want us on drugs. 42 years old. That's the average life expectancy of a colored person, a colored male in this country. It's the shortest life expectancy of anyone. But it's our colored males killing colored males.
We had to duck and dive as young people for the gangsters. Now it's almost over 40 years later, we're still ducking and diving. So when do you get a plan of action?
When they start shooting our girls. Fathers, if you don't stand up, then God is something wrong with you. Because ek ga julle vanaand ding sê, the day they touch one of my children, I'm going to burn 50 of them before the cops get me.
The issues around the city of Cape Town Metro Police. Very, very easy to go and take down Palestinian flags and paintings. But allow, because these things are subliminal, allow graffiti of gangsters to continue and they do not get painted over. That energy should be used to take on gangsterism head on.
We constitute 6% of this country's population. 6%. It's a nothing. But we fill the prisons with 80%. Do we give birth to thieves? No, we don't. Society forms these kids. The society that they engineered. My people are being slaughtered by the same government that they voted for. They use the gangs and they use unemployment and they use hunger and they use homelessness to keep you where you are. The state controls us.
Does our lives matter to our government? Do our lives matter to SAPS? Does our lives matter to the Minister of Police? No! The community has answered.
I got a threatening phone call this morning at 8:05. I answered the phone. They said, Naya, they got to do it. I spoke English. I said, it's a good day to die.
I'm coming straight out of Cape Town. Mitchell's Plain to be precise, where the Owens roll the dice. They gamble with their lives. Fisherman's is a spice, slap subs pay the price. The baker's man, bro. If you want, come get your slice.
When you look at Beacon Valley is a gang-infested area. We have peace within Beacon Valley. It's not because of the law enforcement. It's not because of the Metro Police or because of the police or the army. It's because of simple people like us that make it our duty to go and sit and speak to gang bosses and ask them, is there no resolution? Can't we come up with something where we say that, guys, stop fighting each other. Julle is besig om mekaar hier dood te maak and other people are busy attacking us while you are the people that is supposed to protect us. So we are faced with a problem that is affecting our whole community. It's not just happening on the one side of the community and the other side is rosy. I can say that it is rosy in certain areas, not here. Maybe certain white areas, certain black areas. South Africa is one of the most racist countries. We still see that white is bright, colored is colored, and black is black.
We see South Africa as one of the top countries in Africa. Yet when you walk in the streets, the marginalization is still there. It's prevalent, it's evident.
When you take a community like, we take this ward, 116, there's over 100,000 people here within this ward. Then you take an area like Tamboerskloof, there's a population of about 3,000 people within that ward. Yet they get the same budget that we get. So how is it possible? What can we do with the little that they give us And if you look at the amount of that people are getting on that side, and they don't even face the problems that we are facing.
Apartheid spatial planning and the injustices of apartheid is still in effect at this very point in time.
Mitchell's Plain is still colored, Kailitsa is still black, Sea Point is still white. I was sitting on the sub-council of Constantia, and the only thing that they discuss in that sub-council is baboon management. They discuss baboon management. They don't have the problems that we have. When last did they build a proper school within Mitchell's Plain? 20 years ago. The only schools that they're building here for us is temporary schools. There is not even enough schools to get our children in. Our youths don't get an opportunity to go into the universities. There's no work for them. None of our children are getting access to employment opportunities. So obviously crime is going to take over.
And if they find a job, and if the government give them a job, it's for 3 months, it's for 6 months, and it's a very little money. It's about 120 a day. How do you survive?
There's no support from the ruling party of the Western Cape, and neither is there any support from national government.
And yet we have a city that says it's a caring city. Yet we have a city that says it's a best run city. Yet we have a city that say that we have the lowest unemployment rate. We have the lowest crime rate. I mean, where do we find ourselves? Who's putting out these stats? We are in a state of emergency when it comes to our communities.
When we shut down businesses to force them to employ our kids, the DA Meyer took me to court to stop me from getting your children work. Hy's 'n vuil thief, hy ding.
Ringa Rosie, pocket full of posy. Go to Mitchell's Pizza for Viennas and Polony. Chicken tikka at Wajid's, that's my one and only. Like the town center, I am just an OG.
Look at the state of town center. It's been run by foreign nationals. We are right opposite the police station, but we've got drug dealers right here in front of us, right in front of the police station.
Oh, mommy, what? Mommy, that's 100
Our colored businesses, they don't get any tenders. Our colored businesses don't get opportunity. Our colored businesses are being targeted by our law enforcement officers to make sure that those businesses close down.
They are dealt with by draconian City of Cape Town laws that prohibits them to work, prohibits them to sell, and takes a lot of money for nothing.
We've lost over 40% of our colored businesses, but now we see that foreign businesses are taking the front.
If you go to Kailitsa, you will not find the City of Cape Town officials close down markets and traders in that areas. It doesn't happen.
And I'm not looking down on the people of Kailitsa, but I'm saying there's development taking place in Kailitsa. Daar is so baie gangsterism in Kailitsa nie. If you go drive through Kailitsa now, what do you find? You'll find that there's bed and breakfasts there, there's clubs, there's pubs, there's hotels, there's everything there that can create opportunities for that youth there. Now, coming here to us, we exist way before Kailitsa. What do we have? We don't even have a proper athletic stadium for our children. We don't even have proper sporting facilities, which means our children can't excel in the sporting codes. All our sporting facilities were functional. We had clubs from outside that could have come and play. Currently now there's nothing. Walls get put up in Mitchell's Plain, then it get put up on landfill sites. So the walls must be broken down. So what do we really have within Mitchell's Plain? Besides gangsterism, besides crime, besides drugs, besides guns, besides wine, alcohol, prostitution. Ons lyk ons is net goed vir daai. Because remember, you can go into any community. If you break them down in education and economics, you will find a community that is lost.
Sister, I called my sister, man. I came down from 120 to 140, my sister, man. You know, piece of skate and expensive also now. And you know, I don't give you a bad bitch.
Every politician before us has sold the colored people. We must not be ashamed to say this. All of them. There's people sitting in that parliament for 27 years that have done fuck all for us.
I'm bringing you to the home and the base of the Morgenster Neighborhood Watch. This is where they meet and this is where they end of the walk every single day, whether it be in the morning or at night. And these are the people that stand on the hotspots. They make it their duty to protect our people, to protect our citizens. The base that they are currently using is not conducive for them, but they make the best of what they have, right? So if they were to have a base where they can actually put down the equipment, where they can meet and greet each other, it would be lovely. They have put down the request to the necessary authorities and it fell on deaf ears. And this is a norm within our communities, is that our organizations, whether it be safety structures, feeding schemes, they don't get the necessary recognition and help that they need in order for them to do what they are doing, and they are all doing it voluntary. What are the challenges that you guys face here every single morning?
All the ATMs is here. Now in the mornings at 4:30, 5 o'clock, then the gates is closed here. Now we spoke numerous times to management. We've spoken to the securities. We told them about the problems that we have here because people come here in the morning, 5 o'clock, they need the money because they must go to work. And then they have to walk to the ATM over there. The vultures is waiting for them.
I also feel that the police should be more visible in the morning when our guys patrol because they're never around. We are there for the eyes and the ears of the police, but we are not the police. See?
Now, in terms of how government is currently structured, do you think that they've got a plan of action to solve the problems that we have in our communities? And do you think that we need more law enforcement and police?
You can have all the neighborhood watches, and you can have all the police, and you can have the army. But if we don't have social development within our communities, if we don't have social activities within our communities, obviously what you're gonna find is gangsterism thriving. There's no skill centers, there's no art centers, there's nothing within our communities.
Has there been a budget from the city side for social development?
There's always been a budget for social development. We had social development officers right here where you find SASA. The social development officers was there, making sure that social development is effective within our communities. There was budgets, the NPOs was registered. Now you've got nothing.
I remember former years how police officers took kids from the streets and put them into programs. It's not there anymore. They had social workers on duty after hours to see to the kids. It's been taken away. Mitchell's Plain Police Station had lots of service providers who has rendered a service for their community. People could walk in. In our area, our community center is like a white elephant. The center was open for youth to walk in and out. It's not there anymore.
Schools in crime hotspots. There's a budget. There was a safety plan passed by the province. A safety plan which gives budgetary provision for LEAP officers and law enforcement to be deployed around schools which are hotspot areas. Where were those officers? Accountability needs to happen.
When I stood up for the colored child, the ANC called me a racist. Because I said, die mense van die Ooskaap maar hier toe gaan, they must go home. The impact of 2 million plus people from another province making demands on your housing rights, demands on your working rights, demands on your educational rights. That impact cannot be measured.
And today we asked ourselves, was colored people left behind? Colored people wasn't left behind, they were cut out.
We are a forgotten community. We are a community that has been deliberately being neglected from this government, and we are being kept one side, we are being kept in the naughty corner as if our people committed heavy crimes.
The sad thing is, our political ignorance has led to our material downfall. Die drein lek, die ANC. My kind kan nie in die skool nie, die ANC. We didn't take the time to understand that our direct government is the Democratic Alliance. That when you smell the shit while you make your food, it is Jordan Hill Lewis. That when your child doesn't get into school, it's Alan Windy. But we worship these white people. Ek is dik van die mense. Mitchell's Plain's not going to get any better. We vote DA, we keep dying. We vote ANC, we keep dying. It is time that we have faith in our own people.
It is out there, our communities are filled with a lot of emotions, our communities are traumatized, and currently we are seeking for solutions, and we need everyone's support to come closer and say, guys, we need to stand together, we need to stand as one, and we need to be the change that we want to see within our communities.
We may not win this fight. We may not. They're better resourced than us. They control the media. They control your mind. We may not win this fight, but we need to let them know that we are going to fight. We need to make them understand that however this thing ends, we will not go quietly. That when they write the history books, that book will say that there were those of us that were prepared to fight.
Ons is een van die dae nou se mercy jare, man. But what do we put in place for these children? Is there a future for them and their children? Will they get places in the school? Will they get places in university? Will they be prioritized in the jobs? No. Until we put our foot down, we must do what the others do and say, kyk hier, genoeg is genoeg, ons is gatvol.
Our fight is for them. One love, three. One love.